Hi, I'm Sterling Hart, and this is Dreamlight, where we work with dream interpretation and using the insights in the waking life. What does hair mean in dreams? Whether it's unusual hair or hair that's falling out, or even just hair that is different, it often represents a social relation or a release of emotions. Your personal associations are always at play, and unique personal experiences with hair should be examined, such as having gum stuck in your hair. But these will come up when you ask questions and begin to look at the dream elements. Each decade, and even every year or season, has different hairstyles, and there are many YouTube videos dealing with hairstyling tips. Our hair is one of the things that presents us to the world. Monks shave their heads, so in the military. We can remember the hippies and the punks for their hairstyles, making a political statement or associating themselves with a cultural movement. You can go further back into the 1920s, and the bobbed hair was a sign of a new feminism in America. Losing hair can be a sign of aging, stress, also people undergoing medical treatments. So losing hair will often be related to loss. Extravagant hair will be related to some new expression of the self. Changing hairstyles may mean being seen differently. Working with hair, working on how we are perceived by others, and dyeing hair related to these same changes. Let's look at some examples. A friend's daughter, we'll call her W, she had a dream that she was sitting on a bed in her room when her mother stood in the door. Her mother's hair was different. Instead of short, it was long and layered and looked wet. Then she realized it was herself she was looking at. So after asking a lot of questions, W said she associated sitting on the bedroom as taking things in. She had recently rearranged her room, and several times she had just sat on the bed and looked around to figure out what she wanted. She was entering her junior year of high school and felt she wanted a change. Her room was where she went to be herself. She studied in the living room or at school, so when she went into her room, it was to sleep or to be alone. When asked about her mother, she sorted through many memories, but noticed that her mom had only changed her hairstyle once that she could remember. She had cut her long hair and wore it short. They had moved to a new city, and her mom had gone back to school. W changed her hair many times. The long layered hair seemed more styled, and the wet look she associated with a celebrity she saw fleetingly on a talk show. When she thought about her mom's long hair, she remembered that her mom went out with friends regularly where they last lived, but in school and the job she got after, she didn't. Her mom got serious. Seeing herself with long hair that was styled made her think she was going on a date. And when she went through her associations with dating, she hadn't had a boyfriend or been on a date, but she realized that she was spending less time with her friends because schoolwork and its demands. She felt that it was making her unhappy. In a sense, she didn't want to end up like her mom, working all the time. When asked how she was like her mother, since she was looking at her in the dream, she said that she noticed how much she and her mom influenced each other. So she understood the dream as revealing how she was learning from her mother, but also that she really wanted to spend more time with her friends. Shaved heads. In another example, my friend L had a dream of walking along the riverbank, and there was a stream of men and women dressed in suits. As they went by, he turned to look back and saw that they all had the back of their heads shaved. It was like somebody with a razor had shaved from the back of the neck about 3/4 of the way towards the crown. As he looked at him, it seemed like everyone would bow their heads or look down towards the ground. They were walking very fast. On questioning, L associated the riverbank with work. It was an area just outside the main building. People from work would walk there during lunch. His company did training and standardized tests for software companies. The suits he associated with work. Recently he noticed several women wearing suits and thought it was somehow wrong that they had to become more male-like in order to be effective at work. Then he started talking about this company policy where they had issued these business cards that contained the company's ideals and goals. They were told to keep the card on them at all time. This had the effect of making people angry at management, who were seen as some sort of Orwellian Big Brother, and people had complained. He thought the head bowing was some sort of subservience, and also keeping their heads down, and it was depressing. The shaved head he associated with an idea of some sort of religious cult. That it was on the back of the head gave him a sense of vulnerability. As a kid, he remembered another kid hitting him in the back of the head from behind, and it took a long time to get over that vulnerable feeling. He took the dream as a warning to deal with his feelings, mostly anger at his company's action, so that he could work effectively. He wanted to be careful who he discussed it with among among his co-workers. Later, it turned out that most of his co-workers were also offended. In both of these examples, there is a recognition of emotional undercurrents, and the dream work allowed the person to deal with these feelings in healthy ways. They indicate a release of emotions in social situations. Got a favorite hair dream you want to share? Comment below. If you got something out of this video, please hit like. If you want more dreams, subscribe or support the channel through Patreon with the link below. Till next time.